Hello, this is Stampy, and welcome to a Minecraft Let's Play video. And another video inside of Stampy's lovely world. Today in this video, I am going to be joined by Lee Bear! Good morning, Lee Bear. Good morning. You seem very happy today. It looks like your body was just continually disappearing then. You kept becoming a floating head for a bit. Anyway, I'm not only going to be joined by Lee Bear in this episode, I am also going to be joined by... Hello? Nope, looks like I'm just being joined by Lee Bear. No, I'm not. Here's Squishy as well. Hello, Squishy. Good morning to you as well. And seeing as it's morning, we might as well have our breakfast. And my breakfast is, as always, going to be a big scrummy cake. Nom 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 nom. There we go, that set me up nicely for the day. Right, now let's go and head over to my love garden and see who it is that we are going to be adding to it this morning. And then we're going to be heading over to the Funland and beginning building a brand new minigame. But more about that later. First, today to the love garden, I am adding Little Chatty Piggy. And that is because she added me to her love garden. Actually, she added me to her love garden lots of times. As you can see in this picture, she had a special love garden for her birthday and she made some Stampy lollipops. Well, I think they were probably made for her, but I thought it was so cool and I wanted to say thank you for sending me the picture and welcome to my love garden, Little Chatty Piggy. I also love that name so much. I also kind of wanted to add it for that reason. And oh, did you fire an arrow in the air? Are we okay? It's not going to be raining arrows, is it? Let's try and be careful, shall we? Right, anyway, let's go and decide which dog I'm going to take with me. Actually, I know who I'm going to take with me. A dog which hasn't joined me in a very long time, and that is, of course, Gregory Jr., the son of my first ever dog, who was Gregory, who I hope most of you know about. I always try to remember Gregory and spend a little bit of time thinking about him because sadly he's not with us anymore, but I loved him so much. And a good way to remind me about him is to take his son out, Gregory Jr., who is luckily very healthy and we can't have any more minecarts. Right, looks like I'm walking. Looks like I'm going the long route. Let's just go and run down this tunnel then, shall we? To be honest, it's actually not that much slower. If I sprint and keep jumping, I actually can go pretty quickly. I'm probably banging my head quite a lot as I go along. It's yeah, probably not a very effective way of getting to places. But yeah, it should hopefully get us there relatively quickly. Anyway, I might as well explain what it is we are building. Today we're building a new game which is going to be called Mole Hole. And as you may have guessed, it involves moles and holes. And the idea of the game is it's kind of like a peekaboo game, but not like cake peekaboo, like mole hole peekaboo basically. And the idea is there's going to be a oh, here we go, here's a minecart, let's go and bounce back, and there we go. I'm pretty much here already anyway, but there we go, I can speed along for this bit. Yeah, anyway, mole hole, that's what I was talking about. Oh, cake, nom 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 nom. I keep getting too distracted. Yeah, so the game is there's going to be a little area with a little raised platform which is going to be called my mole mound, and one player is going to be standing on that mound, and they are going to be trying to spot where the mole is. And wait, sorry, 1 second, I'm going to be distracted one more time because here's Gregory Jr. And as soon as I hardly ever play this game, let's go and see if I can go and play a little bit of golf. I'm going to play stake golf. And the way the golf works is you've got to throw it, and then the item slides along, and then wherever it lands, you've got to pick it up again, and then try and throw it, and try and get it in the hole, and ding, there we go, I made it. And you can have a little bit of stake there, Gregory Jr., and now you can come and join us in the video. Anyway, let me try and explain the game again. Yes, there's going to be the mole mound in the middle, and you're going to be spinning in a circle, trying to spot the mole. And then there's going to be 12 holes in a circle around the mound with a tunnel system leading between the holes. And so the mole is going to go inside one of the holes and they're going to get locked in, and then all they need to do is keep doing peekaboo. Basically, they're going to be poking their head out of the hole like this, and the first person to spot them wins. And so once you spot them, you shoot an arrow at a pressure plate, which is going to lift them up out of the hole, and then that way the person who shot the arrow is going to win that round. And you keep playing until you see who is best at spotting all of the moles. There we go, I think that does kind of make sense. And don't worry, if that doesn't make sense to you right now, it will hopefully do so by the end of the video, because yeah, hopefully we'd have got quite a lot of the game finished. And it is actually quite a big game, so we needed quite a big area. So we actually leveled out this big piece of flat ground here, and oh, looks like Lee Bear is already being a mole in a hole. Oh, so squishy as well. I think they just both jumped in the duck pond. Look, dig down a little bit more, and you can give me an example of how the moles go peekaboo. In the actual game, we're going to be using a ladder, but using the water would kind of work as well. There we go. Now Lee is going to go peekaboo. Out a little bit higher, Lee. Oh, a little bit higher. I can just about see. There we go. There's peekaboo Lee. You can just about see his eyes poking up and down. So this is what the game's going to be. You're going to be spinning in a circle, and then the mole is going to be poking their little head out like that, going peekaboo, and the first person to spot them is the winner. There we go. What a good practical demonstration. So the first thing we're going to do is build a big wall around the outside of the game, and we want it to look a little bit like a mole hole. So if you have ever seen where moles come out the ground, there's normally like a little mound of dirt. So that is what the walls are going to look like, hopefully. And so we're going to use brown wool to do it, and we're going to build a great big area. So I'm going to start about here. And I'm going to count along 15 blocks. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. There we go. Even with Gregory Jr. getting in my way, I was able to do it. So let me just double check that was 15 though, just to make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And then we're now going to go 11 in this direction. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And now we're going to go 15 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and then of course 11 back in this direction, and then this is going to be making a big circle. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and this should hopefully now line up with the side on the opposite side there. So I'm going to carry on counting along. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. It's always around about 13 I start mucking up. There we go. I think Squishy ran at me in a straight line. So does this line up perfectly? Good. I got my building supervisor at hand, making sure this all adds up. So I now need to just go 11 in that direction, and then I should start meeting up with Lee Bear. So if I go 1, 2, come on, out of the way, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and then I just need to go 15 along here, I believe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. There we go. We have made a absolutely massive big circle. Congratulations, everyone. But now we need to start building the actual game. So my Minecraft helpers are going to start building up the walls like that and making it look like an actual mole hole. And while they're doing that, I'm going to be building the mole mound, and that is the area in the middle where the mole spotters are going to be looking out for the mole. So first thing I need to do is try and mark the exact middle of the area. So I'm just going to put a dirt block down. And so if I count, so this is 15, so if I count 8 blocks along, then that way I'll be finding the middle. So I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then if I go back to roughly the middle here and just do a little bit of a line like this, and then if I do the same on the other side, this will make a cross, and then the middle of the cross will be the very middle of the area. So that's quite a quick way to find the exact middle block of a large area like this. So if I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and now go along down here, and then once I start getting to that next area, I can build on along a little bit like this. So the middle of this cross is the very middle of the game. So if I just break the blocks around it, I have now marked where the exact center is going to be. Who knew I was going to spend so long counting today? So if I go and break away these blocks as well, this is the very middle of the game. So this is going to be where the actual mound is going to be. So it's going to be kind of like a small circle and with lots of little windows. Because if I didn't add windows, that means you could literally stand in the middle and go woo! And then that way it would be way too easy to spot where all of the moles are. But by adding little windows means that you've got to actually go and closely look at the windows, so you can't see the entire area by just spinning very quickly in a circle. So let me just start building around the outside and trying to work out how I want this to be. So I think I'll have 2 blocks out from the middle, and then I'll have the window here. So I want the window to be a little bit raised and the actual entire mound to be raised as well. So that way it'll be easier for you to shoot the pressure plates because the pressure plates are going to be low down on the floor. It's going to be easier to shoot down on them. So yeah, the windows are going to be a little bit like this, and then I can go along diagonally like this to where the next window is going to be, which will be about here, and then once again go across diagonally to here where the next window is going to be, and then do the same over to here where this window is going to be, and then link that up there, and hopefully there we go. This has made a little bit of a circle here, and so now I just need to go and carry on building the window. So I think I'm going to have another window here. So if I build up like that and here as well, then use my shears to break away the middle. That can be another little window there, and so I could see a hole down here or a hole down there, because there's going to be 12 holes in total, which means there's going to be one hole out of all of these windows, and then you can kind of look and see 2 different holes from all of those windows. And so what's going to happen is the spotters are all going to go into the middle, and then the mole is just going to go in an underground tunnel, and then they're just going to pick any hole, it doesn't matter which one, and then they're just going to keep poking up and down until the other spotters can find them. So the mole doesn't actually ever win or lose on this game. The mole is basically just trying to have fun poking up and down while all of the spotters try and find them. And I might do it that whoever spots the mole, they get to be the mole next, because I do think it is going to be good fun to play as the mole. So let me just go and add in these final few windows here on Mole Mound, and let's go and break these away. And here we go. Once I've done this block down here, I now have Mole Mound, and I've realized I have not actually built a way to get inside or outside of the mound, so I should probably start thinking about doing that. And I also want to have a chest in the middle, which is where you're going to get the bows and arrows from. But the rule is that you're only going to be allowed 1 arrow. And no, absolutely typical, absolutely typical. Well, this is actually pretty good timing because we can probably go to sleep now and skip this rain, because yeah, it's not fun building outside like this when all the rain's jumping on your head. Right, everyone to bed, and whoa, look how much they have built. I need to find a way out of this area. I guess I'll just break a little hole here, and there are actually a few beds down here, so we can all sleep and hopefully get rid of this awful rain. But look how much work Lee Bear and Squishy have done. So not only have they gone and built up all these walls, they've started making it look a little bit more like an actual real mole hole, as if a mole has just burrowed out of it and ruined someone's garden. And we're making a little bit of a mini game out of it. So let me go and jump up here and have a little bit of a look over the area. Looks cool. It looks good. Apart from the googlies, which obviously doesn't look too nice, this is actually looking pretty good. Something else that we do need to do is to build a entranceway. So I think probably about, let me work out the middle, probably around here. We need to actually do an entranceway into the game. So sorry for destroying your wall, but we can have a little entrance here, probably about 3. Oh, sorry, Lee Bear. Sorry, Lee Bear. Didn't mean to hit you. I was trying to break away the wall. Yeah, we'll have a little entranceway about here. Kind of as if the walls collapsed a little bit, and if we mess it up, and then this is going to be the way where you get into the game, and there's also here going to be an entrance to the underground tunnels as well. So if I just break it away a little bit more around here as well, then that will make it look a little bit more natural, and break away a little bit on this side over here as well. So there we go. This is where you're going to be able to get in and out of the game. Anyway, I still need to finish building the inside, so I guess I should add some ladders on the outside here, and so this is going to be the way that you get inside. And the reason I'm only having 1 ladder here is because you can't really accidentally climb it. If I went and pushed into it, I don't actually climb up. I need to kind of jump up and jump out, and then that way no one's going to accidentally leave the mound when they don't want to. So yeah, I need to go and add in my my chest then as well, don't I? So the chest is going to be in the floor down here. And what I was saying is that everyone is only going to be allowed to have 1 arrow. So that means you can't just go around just shooting all of the different holes and hoping that the mole's in there. Because you only got 1 shot, you want to make sure that you're 100% sure that the mole is going to actually be in there before you take the shot. Because if you miss, then it's going to be pretty much game over for you. So here we go. I have now finished my mole mound. So the next thing to do is going to be start trying to work out where we want the actual mole holes to be. And it looks like, what's going on down here? Is it just one little patch of, little patch of wall there? Anyway, this is going to be a good place for a hole. Tell you what, how about I mark where the holes are going to be? by putting down all of this this brown wool, and if I do it in these little triangles, that can mark where the holes are going to be, and then I can dig them down a little bit and start putting in some ladders, because that's how they're going to be going up and down. And the way the mechanism is going to work is that you shoot the pressure plate, and that is actually going to pull down part of the brown wall. So there's going to be brown wool around each hole, and when you shoot a pressure plate, which is going to be about here, this block will get pulled down, which will reveal the mole, which will be inside of the hole. I love just saying mole and hole just because it all rhymes like that. So yeah, let's go and put a couple ladders down here and start working out where we want these holes to be. All we want to do is make sure that they're not too spread out and that they're also not too close is the only real challenge. But yeah, it doesn't really matter where exactly they all are. I don't want them to be symmetrical. I want them to kind of look like they're kind of just randomly all over the place, as if the blind mole has been burrowing under the ground and just sort of digging up randomly and ruining this area. So let me go and place in a couple more ladders here. And let me go and do a few more holes here, and then we can have a very little quick tester game. Of course, because we haven't done any of the redstone and things, we can't have a proper game, but we can give a little bit of a tester game, just to give you an idea of how the game will work once we have finished it. And don't worry, the redstone is all actually really easily. It's basically just one straight trail leading from the pressure plate to where the piston's going to be. So it's going to be very easy for you all to do. If you wanted to build a version of this game in your own world, then yeah, you can very easily do that, because the next episode I'm going to be building all of the redstone and things and doing all the finishing touches, and then the episode after that we can have a mole hole tournament where I'm going to bring a lot of my friends in, and we can all take turns dressing up as moles and going under the ground and yeah, burrowing around and having jolly good fun. So I don't know if I'm going to do all of the holes now. I'm going to do as many as I can before I run out of time, but I just want to give enough so we can do a little bit of a practice goes. I think I might do this one here, and then I might just start going a little bit further around the place, just so we got some holes on all of the different sides. So I'm doing some which are far back, and then some which are close, but you don't want to do any that are too close, because that means that when you try and shoot the arrow, it might get stuck on the wall there, and you don't want that. What would be really annoying, because you only got one arrow, is if you spotted the mole, but then you missed the shot. So you do need to make sure you are pretty accurate when trying to shoot the pressure plate, because if you miss, then sadly that's your arrow gone. It doesn't matter how good you are at spotting the mole, you've got to be able to hit the pressure plate. But luckily they are going to be pretty easy to hit, and of course the pressure plates aren't moving, so even if you're not great at using the bow and arrow, it shouldn't be too difficult. Even though I say that, I now know that the first game I play I'm probably going to end up missing it. So let me just go and do one more hole down here somewhere, and then we can go and give ourselves a little bit of a tester game of playing a mole hole. So if I go and put these ladders down here and go and place in a block here, a block there, a block here, and a block down here. So there we go. These are most of the holes done. Of course, there are going to be one or two more, but before we do play, I'm going to have a quick little jump up here and have a little bit of a look over the game. It looks pretty cool. It looks pretty awesome, doesn't it? And it's going to be straight walls on the inside, but around the outside, you can see it's all messed up like this, as if this is a huge mole hole in the middle. So let's have a test to go. Who wants to be the mole first? Run to me and start jumping up and down. Oh, I think Squishy does. I think Squishy wants to be the mole first. So if you leave the area for now, Squishy, me and Lee, we need to get onto the middle of Mole Mound, and then we need to look down at the floor, and so then that way we won't see which hole Squishy's going to go into. So Lee Bear, if you come and climb up this ladder and join me in Mole Mound, and then if we just look down at the floor, now Squishy, if you very quickly run into the area and pick a hole, and then go down to the bottom and crouch down, just so that way me and Lee Bear won't be able to see which one you're in, and then in about 5 seconds, we can look up, and we're going to go and try and see who can be the first person to spot you. So Squishy, you just need to poke your head up and down a little bit and play peekaboo, and we need to see if we can find you. Right, okay, you can look up now, Lee Bear. First person to spot the mole is going to be the winner. Which hole is she in? She in this one over there, down there? Oh, I can see some dirt down there. I think that was from me there, though. I can't see her. Which one is she in? She's got to be playing peekaboo somewhere around here. Oh, I can see her. I can see her. I spotted the mole. I spotted the mole. Oh, you don't need to shoot her, Lee Bear. I guess we can shoot just to mark which hole she's in. Right, let's switch around then. Seeing as I spotted Squishy, I am going to be the mole next. So Squishy, if you go into the middle, inside of the mole mound and do what Lee Bear's doing, look down at the floor, and then I'm going to go and get inside of one of these holes, and I think I am going to go and hide into this one over here. Ha ha ha, very sneaky. Right, okay, you can now look up, and it's going to be the first person to spot me and shoot an arrow near me is going to be the winner. So now all I need to do is keep poking up and down like this, playing peekaboo. No, Lee Bear spotted me. Lee Bear spotted me. Well done, Lee Bear. That was very quick. Right then, Lee Bear, you are now going to be the mole. So you can stay inside of there, Squishy. I'm going to go and join you as well, and we can look down at the floor. Of course, in the actual game, we wouldn't need to do this because they'd be going in the tunnels underground. Then in that way, yeah, we wouldn't be able to see which hole they're going into anyway. So right, Lee Bear, make sure you're in a hole, and we can begin, Squishy, in 3, 2, 1, go. Right, am I going to be able to spot him? I can see him. The first one I looked at, I can see him. There you are. Not a very sneaky mole. So there we go. Hopefully you now have a pretty good idea of how the game's going to work when it's finished, and hopefully it will be finished in the next episode. But sadly, we have just about run out of time here. So I want to thank you all very much for watching, and I will see you all later. Bye!